Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Square Eye Syndrome. I'm Ben Gilman. As always, I'm joined with someone who unfortunately has to work with me. Poor bastard. It's Tom Hill.
Hey.
I'm joined by somebody who used to work with me, Troy Salmon.
What's up?
Someone who hopes he never has to work with me outside of this podcast, Dan Rudge.
That's accurate.
Someone who has visited my workplace before, Tara Chloe, our guest today. Hello.
Hello. Hi.
And someone that I've met for the first time today, and hopefully we work together in the future, Sammy Harris.
Hi.
How are all you guys doing? Are you okay there, Sammy?
Sammy's shell-shocked.
I know, we finally, behind the scenes curtain, we finally managed to get this podcast to start recording. It's been a nightmare. 1 hour. How long have we been trying? About half an hour.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
how
yeah.
is everyone? So,
I'm good.
How is it?
I'm grand. How are you, Ben?
I'm very happy. Goodbye, Donald Trump. You will not be missed. I feel like an American this week. Finally, 2020 has done an Undertaker zombie sit-up like WrestleMania.
Yeah. I mean, it was
Thanks
a really, really close vote. Biden only led by over 4.5 million votes.
I'm just hope that we can do it next year with the other idiot, Boris Johnson. Really.
No, he's got another 4 years for you.
No, guys. He's going to resign and let someone else take the heat. He's going to be the scapegoat after this, just like May was, just like Cameron was. That's what's going to happen. He's going to be Prime Minister for the next election.
Well, I've got the intelligence to lock them all in the Houses of Parliament and set fire to accidentally, like my idol, Guy Fawkes. Anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to point out that Ben's views are not the views of all of Square
Yes,
Eye.
disclaimer, people, disclaimer. Yeah.
Yes, some of us happen to like that building.
So, Tara and Sammy are our guests this week, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the experience. Thank you very much for coming on. Tara is someone that me and Troy have known a very long time, and Sammy is someone who's been very close friends with Dan for a very, very long time.
Yep. Yes.
Welcome.
Me and Sammy are basically family, but not blood.
As close as you can be.
Yeah.
Oh, incest.
The views of Sammy Harris are not necessarily the views expressed by Square Eye Syndrome.
Just how fast he reacted to that.
We wipe our hands of wrongs on this one every time. So,
Move on quickly, Ben. Move on quickly.
Ben, come on, let's go, Ben, let's go.
Let's go. So, I'm going first because last week I all got cut off because we were too busy arguing about Sherlock and I missed my window. We got into it. As Tom finally and me, after 33 episodes of building it up, we finally got into the Sherlock debate. It was a classic. So anyway, this week I'm going first. So, Tom goes after me because I think Tom felt rushed as well. And Dan and Troy can go to the back of the queue and we're going to put the guests in the middle so that they get a bit of time so they understand what we're doing. Lovely. Right. We're not arseholes on this podcast, I swear. Right. So this week I wanted to talk about Xena and Hercules from the mid-90s. It's based on...
Okay.
Oh, Tara, what was that? Was that a good O or a bad O?
I think it's a good old. I'll try to recall what I saw when I was a kid.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So would you like me to jog your memory?
A bit. I remember Xena. I remember Hercules. And were they wearing loincloth?
Yes. Tara's going back to the bed. This guy obviously appeared in a bedroom poster on her wall. I'm ready for the. Go on, feel free to detail him for us.
Okay, so you want me to detail their costumes, right?
Yeah.
Go on, I'm ready. I'm ready, Tara. I'm ready. Go on.
Okay. Right. I think Hercules wore a skirt, right? Isn't that what men in ancient Greece wore?
Yes. And
Yeah,
then
but then, yes.
Xena was the side character which they then developed into its own series, which is more famous.
Right.
It did. Normally, the spin-off is never as famous as the original, but obviously, this one became the Buffy, and Hercules remained the angel of the two. So Xena is played by Lucy Lawless, and Gabrielle is played by someone I can't remember her name. Didn't I come prepared for this podcast?
Was it
Renee
Renee O'Connor?
Yeah, it's also had Ted Raimi, who's Joxer, who's the brother of Sam Raimi, Spider-Man director.
Yep. Oh yes.
Yep. Obviously Callisto, and there's Ares, and Bruce Campbell is a regular recurring character. He's quite funny, and it's about. I've just rewatched it this week. I forgot how good it was with the different themes. I mean, obviously Hercules is a god, and it's just basically both sides living through ancient Greece and having a lot of fun with it. I knew Hercules was a bit ridiculous.
It can be, yeah.
Who's it?
It was so much fun to watch.
I
loved it.
His sidekick was Ilois. I might have butchered that. Michael Hurst. I don't know how you say his name. I'm not to pronounce his names because I'm not very good at it. But there was always that little bromance thing going on between Hercules and Ios.
Oh, Iolus,
well.
yes.
Yeah, they never hit that button. They definitely did with Xena and Gabrielle by the end of the show's run. Infamously, the first. This is around the time Willow and Tara. Yeah, Tara did it in a Buffy. The first time you saw female same-sex relationships, gay relationships, represented very nicely, not to be laughed at. You know what I mean? Like, not for comedy. One thing I do remember is the amount of fun they had. I've done a big, deep rewatch of it in the last couple of months, and I forgot how broad the comedy is, and it can be dramatic. And it just...
Can I just congratulate you on that segue as well, Ben? One thing I do want to mention is how much fun they have directly after talking about sex scenes.
The outfits are funny. Also, you can see how much fun they had in the... What I like is when I can see the outtakes. On the DVDs, there's outtakes. And they just seem to be having an absolute ball. Laughing. Yeah, it's just got really good comedy. It doesn't take itself too seriously. When it needs to be dramatic, it's some of the best storytelling going on. But I just admire... Because I know everyone goes, oh, girl power started with Buffy, but I think Xena just got there before Buffy. And in my mind, the two are interlinked because, they literally were like a year apart starting.
But Alien was even before that, wasn't it?
Yeah, but in terms of TV shows, I mean, you had Alias turn up at the end of these two shows with J.J. Abrams, and you started to see more females take stronger role models going forward. Obviously, you had Scully in X-Files at the same time, so Xena, Buffy, Scully.
Mm-hmm. And then you had the show Charmed, no, throw that in there.
But hang on, we actually have two women on the
greatest show of all time.
So
there we go.
No,
where do you think it begins for TV series? Where do you think that sort of it's being taken seriously? We're moving forwards from the more blinkered viewpoint of the leading person has to be the man and the female has to be the supporting in the TV shows and stuff like that.
I think the 90s, because I was just about to say, if you think Farscape, that had a lot of strong female characters. Star Trek started to put female captains as deep. What was her name? She was back in Picard.
Jane Schofield, is it?
609? 609? 709?
Yeah.
Half human. She's, for me, I grew up in a time when women were started to get treated with respect in TV. So I would say mid-90s is where you started to see a lot of these type of shows. And obviously, as Troy was joking, Charmed, yeah, it's a shit show.
Joking, not real.
Yeah, but
real, because literally you might think it's a shit show, but for a lot of girls growing up at that
Trust
point.
me.
That was
show.
literally, wow, powerful women, role models, examples, inspiration, motivation. Like, for all that we want to shit on it, I mean, for that purpose, it was a great show.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And it's a trailblazer. That's the only good thing we're ever going to say about Charmed.
No,
by the
come
way,
on now.
Troy.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Put that on a loop so you can hear that, because somehow Charmed has come into every podcast somehow.
Yeah, it has to be. Come on, you know.
It's like the party guests that still at 3 o'clock drinking your vodka. It really does need to leave. You can't
weird. Yeah.
next week.
Okay, let's
Let's stay on track. Let's stay on track. Go on.
yes, on track.
But what are your guys' favourite moments? Because I'm just keeping it brief this week, because this is all I want to talk about. It's just, what's your favourite part of the show? Like, can you think of any?
Oh, what do I care about? Xena, Ares. So every time Ares comes on screen, my dude.
That man had a beard. We need to talk about this man's charisma and his beard. That is
He's a legend. His beard. Hey, that's what he's my inspiration, man. If you see my beard right now, just be inspired by him, man. Trust me.
He's dead now, unfortunately, isn't he?
I know. Yeah.
Kevin Smith, not the Clerks guy, the other Kevin Smith. Unfortunately, he died of cancer, I think, about 5 years after the end of it, filming.
When I heard that, boy, I was like, I was shocked. I was like, damn. Boy.
I mean, one of my favourites is Callisto, Hudson Deck.
Yeah.
She's just crazy. I mean, she's like she is Xena's faith to Buffy's, the crazy mirror image. And they literally pull out the history of Greece and throw in all the mythical gods and creatures. And I finally got to the end of season 6, and boy, does Xena just get. There's no punches pulled, because other shows, a female, you wouldn't see her get punched by other people.
Exactly.
This show doesn't care about that. They're not afraid to show Xena getting knocked about and her kicking the 7 shades back at them. I respect that. I mean, because how she dies, I mean, damn. She gets beheaded, son.
What? She dies?
Yeah, she gets beheaded.
Oh no, Ben,
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
I
Are you
don't know.
You've had 35 years. You've had 25 years to get there.
Ben just goes straight in for the she died. Wow.
But please don't let that put you off watching the show. It's a fantastic journey. But I just wanted to bring it up.
I just want to bring a thing in for the choice of weapon for Xena.
Oh yes.
The chakram.
Do it.
Plus her yell.
Whenever you say what's your favorite bit of Xena, the immediate thought that popped into my head was just anything to do with the chakram.
Come on, yes, there we go.
The way they used that was absolutely phenomenal, and she was like Captain America with that thing, but better.
Bro, yes.
It was a boomerang, right?
It's a circular blade, which she used and bounced off things, and the way she threw it could act. Yeah, it could act like a boomerang. It could act just as something that was cutting and bouncing and pummeling people into the ground. She could use it as a shield in her hand and did often. It was incredible.
And also the war cry from Xena as well. Like the... Swiss
I had to do it. So.
Very... Sounds like a pissed off Swiss yodeler, That was really angry. She's going to come and kick your ass.
Right. Do that again. The sound effect. Do that again.
You want to do it again?
You sound like you're about to start Mexican Dead over there.
Someone sampled that.
I'm a fanboy, man. Give me a break. Leave it alone.
Hercules is a bit more manly. And Hercules is the one I'm a bit more shaky on. I mean, Kevin Sobo is charisma personified, isn't he?
Yeah, he's personified charisma. He's the boss. Hercules.
I loved the whole. I love both of these because they were literally It was Saturday night. It was at my grandparents' house, and my granddad would watch them with me, and it was just fun. It was just you had it was the Doctor Who of its time.
Yes,
Doctor
yes.
Who wasn't here at that point, and
Yeah.
it was what was filling that space, and it did it really well.
Yeah, you reminded me of time with literally my parents every Sunday for us, the Channel 5 Sunday for me. Hercules, Xena, back to back. Remember those days?
Yeah, WCW and a little bit of Xena to end your weekend. Yeah, that was what.
Now I remember it was every Sunday night, right?
Yes, there you go, Tara. Yeah, Sunday. There we go.
Okay. Which year was it again? It was like 1998 or 1999?
Yeah, 98 time, yeah.
Right. It's only like I was only 6 or 7 if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, always remember that time. Always remember it.
Yeah.
And I love, and I'm gonna, because I'm leaning more on Xena because Hercules, I watched a bit and I enjoyed, but with Xena, it was the epic intro, just voice man, just building it up. And she's like, there's one bit where she looks like she's gonna start a fight with Obsidian, like the god from the water. You're like, she don't care. She's on the cliff top. She's gonna kick his ass. I love that.
I think I've got a way to describe Hercules. Wait, his shirt was yellow, right?
Yeah, yellow shirt.
A lot of the time he does,
bro.
yellow shirt, but it's like really low cut.
Yeah.
And he looked dirty, like.
Yeah.
So the way to describe him is as if he never bathed,
Yeah.
And his hair is also very messy, so it's like, okay, never bathe. And his friend with him, he has a sidekick, right? I think that guy also, he never bathed.
Oh god! Hercules the original hair flip.
The 12th trial of Hercules is take a bath.
Yeah.
That's literally a really like blunt way of describing how they used to look in the show.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I'm going to end this with Eddie Murphy's Hercules, 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 Hercules. I can't remember where that's from, but it's from an Eddie Murphy movie.
It's from Nutty Professor.
Nutty Professor. Let's just say, Ben, your pick ties into mine. Let's just say that for later on.
Okay. Oh, good. I'm so glad that.
I think you know where I'm going with that.
Okay. Oh, God.
All right.
Be rested.
So there's some foreshadowing. Let's see what happens then.
Right,
Like he never washed his hair. He never combed his
no,
hair.
it's so shiny. It's so shiny. You could do it with shampoo out that one.
It wasn't shiny. I bet.
Greasy, sweat.
Yeah, greasy, slimy hair.
That's what boys of that age at that time aspired to be. Muscle-bound, greasy, sweat-filled, dirty people.
the way the wind would just hit his hair, and I was like, damn, I wish I had hair like that.
He's a hero to boys everywhere. He doesn't have a bath. That's my hero. I would be like him.
Hercules was made he'd be played by Henry Cavill.
Oh yes, there we go. Yeah.
Okay, but Henry Cavill looks like he bathes.
Yeah,
not
in sand.
He's never good. Good chemistry, bros.
I mean, we did see Gerald bathing in The Witcher, right? So
maybe it's the one. Good enough for most people.
All right. Well, keeping on track, we've been talking about this for a bit.
Okay.
So that's it. Go watch it on some services that I don't know. Amazon Prime. There you go. So, Tom, you're
Amazon Prime.
I don't use Amazon Prime. I only use Netflix.
Fair.
Yeah.
That's one to bring to the Syndrome Tower. You need to know where to get it. Right.
Okay.
Are you alive?
Me?
Is that me? Yeah,
Tom.
just back. Yeah, I'm here.
Sorry. I feel like Randy Orton with all the voices in my head here. Right. So, Tom.
They come to me.
Okay.
They
Right.
understand. Copyright strike.
I would take 6 years to get to the ring because I could do it better than the dead man can.
Oh, gee.
That's
right.
the match. Who can get to the ring the quickest? Undertaker or Randy Orton? I don't know. Winners WWE.
Well, Undertaker used to take longer if he thought it was going to be a bad match because he didn't rate his opponent. So
Exactly, yeah.
you can go back and watch his longest entrances and go, okay, so he thought he was shit. Fair enough. Anyway, that's not the point. So, yeah. last week, as Ben said in the intro, we discussed Sherlock. And originally my plan was to compare it to another show that came out at a similar time that's of a very similar ilk that I'm going to talk about today, and it's the only thing I'm going to talk about today. It's a show called Elementary, which is an American take on the Sherlock.
I know, yeah.
Right, so have you guys seen this?
No.
I've only seen one episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ben?
I know it's got a British man in it, and I know it's got Lucy Lewis Holmes. That's all I know.
Okay. Troy, you seen any of this?
Yeah, I've seen a couple episodes. Not all of it.
Okay. Sammy?
Sammy's still shell shocked.
Sammy's still shell-shocked. Dan?
I think I've maybe seen one episode, but I know of it quite well.
No, fair enough. So it's a very similar premise to the idea of Sherlock, but it's very, very different, and that's why it works. Because literally, it came about a year after Sherlock came out, and the producers of Sherlock had the right to tell them to sod off. They said, "We'll let you make a pilot, and if we think it's too similar to what we're doing, we'll shut you down." And they agreed to that, and it's a very good show actually. As Ben said, you've got Lucy Liu playing Dr. Joan Watson.
Yeah.
So they've updated it once again. Basically, the idea is that Holmes has left London and moved permanently to New York to get away from the fact that he's been in rehab, basically. And they play up a lot on him having the drug problem. But it's a very well done show. It touches and shows a lot of respect to its source material, whilst keeping it modern, keeping it interesting. By moving it to New York, you get to play with other characters whilst referencing the characters from the original Holmes stories as being in London. So you've got freedom to play with it. Johnny Lee Miller is the British actor you're thinking of, Ben, and he is bloody brilliant. Essentially, he plays Holmes as autistic. Utterly focused in on what he's doing, really difficult to kind of get along with. It's not kind of cliched, but you can see the autism thing in there, especially if you work with autism. It's a very well done performance. It's never overdone, but it's really, really good. It plays on the fact that Holmes does single stick fighting, all of that is brought into it. The beekeeping that he did in later life and character stories is in there. It touches on and shows respect to lots and lots of stuff that Conan Doyle did, whilst being a modern American drama that was pretty damn popular in America. It worked. They developed it beautifully. It's got some fantastic supporting cast in it as well. Like Rhys Ifans plays Sherlock's brother.
Oh,
snap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brilliant performance. Trying to think. The guy who plays his dad, his name always escapes me, but he's fantastic. John Noble.
John. Okay.
You'd know him from Lord of the Rings. It's probably Denethor from Lord of the Rings is probably your best reference point for that.
Walter Bishop for Fringe fans. Oh, he's fantastic.
Yes, and also Fringe. Yes. So he plays Sherlock's dad, who in the original books you never see, but is basically an evil bastard. Is the long and the short the character. And Sherlock Holmes hates him, doesn't want anything to do with him, but he comes into the story and they play with that. So they touch on characters that were never touched on in the books. They touch on characters like Mycroft, who do appear in the books, but they do more with him. Also, the fact that Watson is female gives you a whole new scope. It's just, it's a very, I think I said this to Dan earlier today, it respects where it came from without being restrained from where it came from. And it's different enough from the BBC Sherlock for me to sit and watch both of them and respect that Benedict Cumberbatch and John Lee Miller are playing the same character, but they have taken completely different aspects and doing really different things with them that just work.
I just add something in. It's nice to see them try something different because there have been so many variants of Sherlock now. There's so many.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of bored of it. And I've always had Elementary is the one that stands next to Sherlock. That's the one that's worth it. Now, I also the Robert Downey Jr. Hollywood films are also good as well. But I do feel with Will Ferrell trying to do a funny Sherlock movie.
God, that was a load of rubbish. Let's just that dumpster fire can stay where it belongs.
He's been on a downward spiral, but that is the podcast for this. But I'm a bit sick of seeing Sherlock remakes now. You know.
I mean, I think they're doing another Robert Downey Jr. film, but that's been fairly respectful as well.
It's more action compared to Elementary and Sherlock, which means it's different again. They've twisted.
But I mean, that's the thing. Well, no, Elementary, he gets into quite a few fights, so and it's dealing with stuff like single stick, which is something that does get referenced in the books, but virtually no one still does single stick fighting in the world now, but he does because it's a good technique to have and things like that. It's just I don't really know what else to say about it because I absolutely love it. You can probably tell from the way I'm talking about it, and it's got a lot of episodes. I mean, it's 7 series long. Most of them, the first 5 were 24 episodes long. So, and they're hour-long episodes. So they've gone past their source material very quickly in terms of there's a lot there, but you've got a fantastic supporting cast. I'm trying to think of the name of the guy. God, Aidan Quinn plays like the captain of the police force.
Yeah.
Point of reference for Aidan Quinn would be: have you ever seen the film Stakeout?
Yes.
He's the guy who he's the boyfriend who escapes from prison.
Okay.
And has the money in the sofa. So yeah, he's absolutely brilliant. He just plays it beautifully. You've got Natalie Dormer appears.
She's in everything
as well.
Yeah, she's
and that actually they use her to play with 2 different characters that are kind of iconic from the original stories. But it works. I'm not going to give you a spoiler tag because it's really worth the watch.
Like I did earlier. Yeah.
It worked. No. These things happen. Like you say, Xena Warrior Princess was on 20 years ago. Yeah. It's reasonable to expect that people know how it ended. But, they do something different with what they do with her, but it works. Especially if you know the characters that are being referenced, it works very nicely. And there are some episodes that lag a bit, but as a general rule, the show works really well. It's also got the guy. Troy and Dan will know this. The guy who played Lafayette in True Blood.
Oh, snap!
Was in season 5 as Shinwell Johnson, like an underground shifty guy who Sherlock used to be a criminal, is now kind of helping the good guys character. So he's in a whole series as well, and he's fantastic in it. Nelson Ellis, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so there's every series has an underlying kind of story running through, but it works so well. It's got so many good actors in it. I can't speak. I like Lucy Liu. I think she's a good actress. Johnny Lee Miller is a bloody brilliant actor, and they work as a partnership. They work really nicely.
I feel Lucy Liu gets knocked a bit a lot, and she's underrated. I think that's because Charlie's Angels. Now that's not her fault. That's just a bad script. Not even Bill Murray.
I rate Lucy Liu. I've rated Lucy Liu for many years.
Always
good. Martial Law. She was in Martial Law. She was also in Rush Hour as well. She's very good. Very good.
She even directs a couple of episodes of Sherlock Elementary.
Oh, lovely.
She actually started doing her first directorial work on Elementary as well. So she's good. She's really good. And you're right. She gets a hard time. But Johnny Lee Miller, for me, is an absolute genius of an actor. I've loved him in pretty much everything he's ever done. And this is no exception.
Right. I would love him to get a Marvel appearance, just so we can, if they hadn't done Iron Man dead, so you can have a scene where they'll go, "Good job, Sherlock," and all 3 of them just turn to the camera with like Doctor Strange, Iron Man. Thank you.
No, that would be quite cool, but
because Jude Law is now Jude Law. So you're looking at the Watsons. The other 2 have come in. Just get Lucy Liu in there. Have all 6 of them. good job, Watson and Holmes. And the 6 superheroes just turn to the camera and go, thank you. Just do it. Just give me that. It'd be stupid, but make no sense.
Oh
my God.
fair enough. Now that Ben has finished his fan writing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Like I say, it ran for 7 series. It's top notch. Go and watch it. That's all I can possibly say. Is you will not regret going to. You will not, if you like Sherlock, or the majority of Sherlock, you will not regret watching Elementary. I don't think. And that's me.
Go on in, Tom. Go on in.
Awesome. So, just before we come to the portion of the show where our guests are going to speak, I would like to take the opportunity to say if you are enjoying listening to our show and you haven't yet subscribed in some kind of way, please do so. If you do enjoy our show, please tell people about us.
Do it.
And if you don't enjoy our show, there will be an email at the end that you can just send in hate directly at us. Not at our guests, just at us.
Lovely. Throwing them under the bus there. Lovely. Lovely. So, Carl, Sammy, do you want to go up first?
Okay, we have 10 minutes to speak, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we can speak about any topic.
Whatever you
Anything
want to.
TV series related.
Could be even the YouTube series. That's allowed as well, because that's technically a TV show.
YouTube series?
Yeah, if you wanted, because that's technically
Um,
television now, apparently. So we're going to have that.
yeah, so who goes first? Is it me or...
Sammy, are you still here?
It's up to you
You're
guys.
talking.
Seeing as you're talking,
say
Tara, you
Tara
may as well
first,
go
then
for it.
Sammy.
Okay, right. So, for me, I think recently I've been watching a lot of like Asian shows, like especially like Korean drama. I'm not too sure if you guys actually follow any or watch any.
No, but bring it forward.
That's
Go
all
for
right.
it.
I'll mind it. Yeah.
Always willing to listen.
Okay, yeah. Because frankly, right, for Netflix in Singapore, Korean drama has been, I don't know, it's just been really popular recently. So, and I've been trolling my male colleagues a lot as well.
Yeah.
Right. So, oh my God, I'm trying to think what am I gonna talk about? Like,
It's anything. Just a synopsis, then just talk about the rest afterwards. Break it down.
Yeah.
okay, right. So, recently, oh yeah, maybe I'll just talk about this like one really interesting show that I'm not sure who. So there's this show actually called The World of the Married. It's on Netflix. I'm not sure if they have it in the UK. So basically, it's about this guy cheating on his wife, and it seems like at first they have a happy marriage, and then he cheats on her with a girl who's like 24 or something.
How old are
And
the couple? They sound quite old. Are they an older couple? 30s?
I believe they're in their 40s because they have a 13-year-old son.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So he actually like cheats on his wife with a 24-year-old girl, which is kind of disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And like even their friends and their circle actually help him to like cheat on his wife. So and then after they get a divorce, right? So then it actually goes pretty messy. Like so he and the new wife, because the new wife has a baby, so then they disappear in 2 years' time they return, and so it's like a really typical, I can say it's like a soap opera. So in the end, apparently both his wives leave him and he tries to commit suicide. Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah. He tries to jump in front of what's that? Yeah, it was a truck, I think, because his first wife and son will take him back. So but the truck stops in time, he doesn't die, so he gets a happy ending. But still, actually, yeah, quite intense. So I kind of like recommend this show to anyone who wants a good drama.
okay. So what made you finish that show? What made you want to continue with it? Was it the story or the actors or like the storyline or?
I think it was the storyline because I just wanted to know what happens in the end.
It was gripping.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, basically I just want to know what happened in the end. And besides that, right, I think I've been watching a lot of Halloween movies lately.
Yeah, same
Like
here, same here.
yeah. Have you watched The Babysitter? What was that? The Killer Babysitter on Netflix?
I will let this go because it's technically Netflix.
It's a movie, but we'll let it slide. We'll let it slide.
Yeah, technically.
Yeah, I've seen both of them. I've seen both. One and two.
Right. I mean, I've been watching a lot of movies lately. I don't know why, not really series. So, okay, how about Pet Sematary?
Oh no, that's too far. That's too far. That the Babysitter one I will allow.
Okay, right. I can't think of any series.
Okay, so if I've got a
Like,
question for you, Tara.
Yeah, sure,
Okay.
sure.
If you were trying to give a recommendation to someone who has never seen any kind of Korean TV, any kind of Korean drama or comedy or anything that's gone on, right?
Okay.
What is the ideal gateway series into that genre of television?
Usually I think it depends on what you like actually. Like, do you like romance? Do you like horror? I think one of the first drama that I actually recommend would be the World of the Married. And then there's another one called Itaewon Class as well. It's about a bunch of people opening a restaurant. And there's another interesting one that I watched lately. It's called Strangers from Hell. It's about a guy from the village or countryside who comes to Seoul, and he moves into a very like dodgy kind of building and apartment, and there's a lot of weird people inside there. And apparently those weird people in the building, like they practice cannibalism on the previous tenants.
Oh snap! I'll watch that.
Korean
Yeah.
TV is very different to
I will
UK.
watch that.
Yeah, it's called Strangers from Hell, and I think it's actually quite good.
I'm writing that down right now. Strangers.
We have Neighbours from Hell, but that's a reality show. That ain't nothing like what I just said.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tara. Tara, I'm watching that tonight. Strangers from Hell.
So,
there we go.
From my limited knowledge of Korean drama, they seem to be a bit more extreme than Japan. They seem to really go for it. Nothing's too taboo for Korea. From
Go
the media
for it
I've seen.
as
Like,
in what?
no, they will get up. They will just go for it. Swearing.
They'll do anything.
Like,
They
no
go for the
boundaries.
throat.
Yeah, no
they
boundaries.
really push the boundary. Yeah, they don't care so much. They're really they're really brave country in terms of their
brutal.
TV. Yeah.
Well, culturally, they are a bit more straightforward and direct compared to Japan.
But they don't show it on their TV, yo.
Compared to us, yeah, damn right.
Not conservative at all. They will show stuff. I've seen some stuff on Korean TV, and I'm like impressed. They've got a more mature approach.
The productions are pretty good, I can say.
Yeah.
Oh, and if you like action, I think you should try Vagabond as well. It's quite good.
What's it called?
Vagabond. Vagabond.
Oh, Vagabond. Oh, Vagabond. Oh.
Yeah, Vagabond. It's straight up action, like action pack.
Cool.
Vagabond.
Wait, I've seen this somewhere. Wait, I've seen this poster somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, it's popping up. It's a Korean drama. Yeah, Vagabond. It's a Netflix original. Is it really good?
Yeah. Yep. Oh, and there's another one as well. It's more on mental health thing. It's okay not to be okay. That one is really, I quite like this. Really interesting. Yeah.
Yo, it's on my list of Netflix. I want to.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay not to be okay. I highly recommend that as well.
Okay. I know what's happening next week.
I'm liking these picks, Tara. I'm liking them.
Okay, right.
I'm ready. Oh, I love
Tara's got better taste than you, Troy. I think we should put her in your spot.
You got better than me, better taste than you. More like it. We talk about.
Here we go again.
Better taste than you.
I mean, lately I've been on a roll. I've been trying to improve, like in terms of my learning for Korean, because I want to troll the male colleagues in my office by speaking Korean to them.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, even scold them in Korean, like, and because they are like Singaporean and Japanese males, so
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
scold them in Korean from time to
Fair.
time.
I love doing that. I love doing that when we're in Japan and with people with my wife. Like they don't think I can speak Japanese, but I just come out with Japanese, and I show them I don't need my wife to speak for me. That's always funny watching Japanese people light up. Like, oh, you speak our language? Okay, I'll be on guard. Okay, we need to be careful. He understands us. No, thank you very much, Tara. Thank you. Okay, Sammy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is there any
I
final
am
thoughts?
here.
No, I think I'm done actually. Yeah.
Well
Okay,
done,
thank you
I
very
like
much.
it. Well done.
Thank
Good
Korean
work.
drama finally on the syndrome. We've been educated.
Tara, something different from schoolgirls. So you done well. You done well.
Oh, okay. Okay. We're not going to set up the same way.
Nice one, Troy. I like it.
I had to do it, man. I had to do it, Tom. I had to do it.
I've explained, Tony. I've explained why.
I was
Okay.
going to do it, and then I thought, no, I better
No.
not.
We should drop the
Troy
schoolgirl.
doesn't think he's one of
Um,
those.
I think we need to move on from.
Let's move on. Let's move on. Who's next? Go on, Sammy.
All right, it's Sammy. It's Sammy next.
What's
Come on,
going on?
Sammy.
No, I think
Huh?
somebody needs to explain what's going
Oh,
Trust me, it's a long story. Trust me, it's a long story.
No. I don't. I am not a paedophile. That's all you need to know. Right.
Please, Troy, can you please just take that as a little snippet phrase that we can use?
Oh, I will.
Okay, whose turn is it?
it is. It's still Sammy's turn.
Okay. Oh, you guys,
Sorry, Sammy, we are getting in your way. I do apologize.
All right,
feel
all
free to
right.
take-
Everyone, shut up and let my sister talk.
Yeah, go on, Sammy.
Okay.
So the weather.
Why are you guys laughing?
I love how awkward Tara and Sammy's just like, what's going on?
Okay.
Oh.
But no, to talk about something that I like.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah, any
what is
series,
it?
I guess.
The one show that I like is that one show that I like.
Oh yeah, I know that one. Is that with the guy from Blue Peter? Yeah, the one
no,
show.
it's
Yeah,
the
but
one
what
with the
show?
thing from that that other stuff that happened.
Okay. Lovely.
No, My Hero Academia. That'll probably do. I could talk
Sure.
about that one.
Oh, My Hero. Okay, I'm ready. I'm listening.
All
for it.
right.
I like My Hero. I basically right. I think it's neat.
Okay. So,
Fair enough.
what separates it from other shonen like Naruto or One Piece? What makes it so different? What makes it stand out? Because it's got a big fan base. It's very
Yeah, it's
popular.
massive.
So,
Yeah.
what
It's
makes
got
you
me too.
enjoy the show?
It's like the way it handles like its characters and the way it develops its plot is well, it's not unique, but it's just really well done, I'd say. Like even the secondary characters, the ones that you wouldn't think they would put too much effort into, they have enough kind of work put into them that they can just easily be developed.
Yeah.
Like what's his name? Todoroki. He barely spoke in the first, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm a main character now." Way.
Yeah. They do that with like a lot of them. Like even the sort of the comedy character, the Mineta, is like instead of just being the runt with the weird power, who's also a pervert and an incorrigible optimist with it. Like he does get a lot of he's still that, but he gets a lot of internal character development, and you see his other sort of more secret ambitions that are a lot more honorable and all that sort of stuff, and going past his limits. And you wouldn't usually get that with secondary characters.
So what is the
No.
show about for the people that don't know Sammy?
Well,
What's
it's
the basic-
basically like Sky High, but anime.
Yeah, basically.
You're selling it to me so far.
Main character, Sammy.
The small dork kid. What's his name? Deku.
Izuku Midoriya.
Yes. I like him.
In a world where most people have superpowers, is born without them,
Yes.
but has a dream to become the best superhero of all.
I wanna be. Yeah.
Well, no, that's the thing. From the very first episode, you're told that it's the story of how he becomes the greatest hero.
Yeah. Monologue.
Yeah.
And like the entire thing, with a lot with a lot of animes, right? You often see that they don't have a power cap. Like you look at Dragon Ball, they just always keep getting stronger, no matter what.
Yeah.
My Hero Academia, it's got a very first episode. It grounds what the power level is at All Might, and you don't get anybody that's really stronger than him.
Yeah.
Like
He's a
people
benchmark.
around. That's
You
the
get
level
people on
of-
a level.
Yeah, this entire world feels realistic because it's so kind of grounded at that level. From episode 1, it's yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And since we've mentioned him, who is All Might?
Big strong hero dude. He's number one hero.
Number one.
Sort of the Superman of this world.
Yeah, Mr. All Might.
With his catchphrase, "Do not worry, I am here."
Plus Ultra. Yes.
Yes, plus Ultra.
All Might is the man.
So, give us some of the rest of the cast then. Give us a bit of them.
Well, obviously the best girl is Suyu.
Oh yeah.
Who?
Frog girl. She's like the Spider-Man of the world, but she's a frog.
I
is much
know,
better.
but I'm asking, like,
Hey guys.
I don't. Yes, she is.
Calm down.
Frog Girl.
Frog girl. Yeah,
Yeah, she's
she
amazing.
is
She's
the best.
amazing character.
Then,
Yeah.
as you mentioned earlier, we've got weird purple grape pervert thing.
He's one of my favorites.
Oh, yeah.
Sticky head.
The main antagonist.
Yeah, for multiple
Who's
reasons.
the guy with the red hair? I'm looking
Yeah.
at a cast photo now. There's a guy with red hair, looks like a prick. Is that him?
Kaminari. No, he's a right lad. He is.
Okay, that's
He's G, and he gets some massive character development in one of the later seasons.
okay.
And
Red, white, and red hair. Yeah. Okay.
white and red hair. That is fuck, I don't know his name. Half hot, half cold. He can make ice and fire.
There's a baby thing with a cape and yellow gloves that it's got with a looks like a diaper. That's not a
Yeah,
diaper.
that's the little shit that nobody likes. The purple grape perv.
But at least he's not the main character, which is my problem with Naruto. That's the main thing.
It's just the root of the perf.
So
But no, the main antagonist is spiky
they're
blonde.
superheroes. They're superheroes, basically. Is it like a Japanese take on superheroes or something?
Yeah, I'd say so. It's a world where everybody kind of has what they call, or most people have what they call quirks, which are basically just superpowers, and civilians have them along with people who we are focusing on, which are training to become actual heroes because legal reasons.
No, I just like this. Remembering the theme tune. The theme tune is amazing of this show as well.
Also, the main character, Midoriya, you find this out fairly early, so we're not exactly spoiling anything. No. He inherits a power rather than gets born with it. And this isn't really something that a lot of people know about. And the power that he inherits, his body is not trained to handle. So initially, the use of his amazing power that he's gotten from the world's best superhero, All Might, is actually something which causes him damage. And throughout the seasons, there is this management of power issue.
It's kind of like if his bones were like spaghetti, him using his power is what boiling spaghetti does.
Yeah, basically.
Spaghetti arms.
Yes. Basically, his bones just start cracking, start breaking if he uses too much percentage of his power, basically.
Mm-hmm. So, early on, he's trying to use 5% of his total power.
Yeah.
I think it's up to 17%. 17%.
Is that 17% now? Is it?
I don't know. Is it 700
now?
I know it's gone up in the most recent season.
Yeah.
And season 5 has just been announced, so I am fucking hyped for that.
Oh man, it's gonna be
lovely. That must be good then. I've seen some Netflix. I'm going to start watching it. Thank you for your recommendation.
Oh,
dude.
do. It's very good.
Thank you, Sammy. Appreciate it. You've in one pick. You've already proven better than Troy. Thank you so much.
Wow, I'm never going to touch that. I'm never going to touch that.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I feel like sometimes Tom and Dana, the parents, have to keep us apart.
In that case, you're fucked.
Yeah, I know. Only got favourites. Right. So the only question is, thank you very much, Sammy and Tara, for your picks.
Go on, Sammy and Tara. Go on then.
Yeah, good work.
Yeah, really good. Thank you very much for coming and joining us.
So,
Troy.
Well, you're still here for the rest of it, but feel free to keep continuing. Enjoy. And tell us what you think. Yeah.
Yay.
You're getting into it now.
Oh.
Sammy's getting into it now, I think.
Go on, Sammy.
Come on, sorry, son.
Yeah, let's keep the ball rolling. Troy.
Yeah. Okay, so as I said before, what Ben said earlier on kind of ties into my pick, because I was going to pick this anyway, but...
Oh, yeah,
Go on, the foreshadowing. Blood of Zeus.
Oh, that one.
Oh, Tara, there we go. I like that reaction.
I haven't watched it yet. I just saw it it's
okay, I'm not going to spoil too much. I'm not going to spoil too much for you, though. I'm going to take a
look. Can you repeat that, Trey? The land of Zeus.
Blood of Zeus.
Okay.
Blood of... Oh, it's on Netflix.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I've been keeping my eye on this one. Take it away.
All right. So, adult animated series on Netflix, as these guys are saying before. Created by Charlie and Vlas. What's their last name? Palanides. So basically, they're the ones who created the Castlevania series as well on Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah. Produced by a powerhouse animation studio. So they're kind of like an up-and-coming studio. They've done little things here and there, but nothing as big as this and Castlevania. Two big properties. But it came out October 27th, 2020. And the Greek mythology, if you haven't noticed, by the title Zeus in there. So this kind of ties into the basic Greek mythology, the Greek pantheon realm, and literally the one who stars. It's an 8-episode season, by the way, so it's not too long, so you can go in there and binge it if you want. Netflix is all about binging. So we've got a character made just for the show called Heron, played by Derek Phillips. He's kind of like a games voiceover guy, mostly Battlefield, Call of Duty. So you might have heard his name before if you played a lot of games, shooting games or anything like that. And you got Jason O'Mara plays Zeus. You might know that name, Jason O'Mara, because he played yes. Especially anyone who watches Life on Mars knows who he is.
Yes. Oh.
So he's like one of the main characters in this show. Why? See, everyone heard Ben's side there because he's literally the main guy in the American version of Life on Mars. So,
oh God, him.
Sam, yes. So, but he's a good actor. Don't get interested. He's a good actor.
I don't know. Not criticizing him, just criticizing.
Exactly. So, he's in a lot of stuff. Terra Nova, which was a short-lived show. Oh my days, that was a great show. He started that. Agents of Shield. Yeah, that was a great show. Terra Nova.
It's underrated.
Yes,
yeah.
So underrated. My little sister loved it, and she even watched the show. She loved it. But he's Zeus. Got Claudia Christian as Hera, the queen of the gods. Anyone see Hercules knows about the eyes that you see in the sky every time you see Hercules. So yeah,
okay.
Knows about that. Yeah, Hera. Hercules. Yeah, there you go. So you get Hera in there, and you got a guy called Elias Tufexis who plays Seraphim, like a half demon, half human antagonist in a way of the show. And the guy who actually plays him, his voice, he actually hit me up on Twitter because I literally did a reaction to the actual show at one point. He was like, literally goes, "Oh man, love the reaction, bro." So I was like, "Yeah, I gotta shout him out, man. Gotta shout out my boy Elias Texas, yeah. Shout him out. Quick shout out." And you got some other characters in there, and there's another actor you might know as well called Adam Crosdale. I don't know if you guys know him. English actor. He plays Apollo. Anyone who sees him, you know this guy's. I was gonna say he's a good-looking guy, bro. So I'm gonna say no homo. He's a good-looking guy. So he's in the show as well.
Okay.
Okay, so let's get into the plot of this little show here. A little bit of it. I don't want to basically say too much about it because Tara's here because she hasn't seen it yet. So the opening of the Blood of Zeus claims that the saga of its hero Heron, which is the made-up character for the show, is a lost, untranscribed chapter of Greek mythology, as I said before. So the info dump gives the show complete freedom to shapeshift mythological material for its own action use. Created by Charles, as I said before. There you go. Charles Blattis Immortals. Anyone seen the movie Immortals?
Yes.
Yes, there we go. Yes, we go. So that's what they made as well. So it kind of ties into what they've done here as well. Blood of Zeus, Immortals, Greek mythology. So they're into that stuff. So as I said before, Castlevania, Disney's Hercules. This is not, that's for sure. This is not Disney's Hercules for. So basically 18 rated show. This is serious, guys. This is serious. So let's get into this show. So basically it starts off with the gods, the Greek gods, the ones that we know now, the modern day gods, Zeus, Hera, Apollo, all that, man. So they're fighting these giants, as it were. So obviously everyone knows about the Greek mythology of the backstory. Zeus and his crew kill the Titans, their parents. They wipe them out. Kronos goes down, hits the water, and then these giants appear because the blood of the Titans created these giants. So then they basically get trapped in this box that Hephaestus has made, the builder of the gods, and then trap them in there. And then they're basically in this little container that they use throughout the show at times to kind of quell any other threat that basically comes to them. They can use these giants as like a bargaining tool or plan B, just in case anyone tries to claim their throne. So, as you know about these gods, they like to sleep around. You know how it goes.
Yeah, they do.
Yes, they do. Yes, exactly. They sleep around a lot. So it kind of centers around Zeus. So they kind of sleep around a lot. So Zeus is
back to earlier Hercules with his shirt, with no lack of shirt on earlier.
Yeah, especially if you've seen Hercules, you know about that already. You know about the gods already. You know about that.
It's dirty, yeah.
They have kids everywhere. They have kids everywhere. They're all over the damn place. So Heron, the main character of this show, he's got a mother. I almost forgot. She's played by Jessica Henwick. Everyone knows about Jessica Henwick here.
Oh,
there we go. Jessica Henwick. She plays Heron's mother in the show.
Dear God.
I'm not going to mention Iris because that was an abomination of a show. I'm not going to mention that she was on that, but she was on it. But she was the best part of the show, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah. She's basically the mother of Heron, who's like half god, half human. He's a demigod. You know what I'm saying? He's Hercules.
Demigod.
Yeah, he's a demigod. He's the Hercules of the show, and we follow him as his rise to power in the Greek pantheon. So basically, this whole show is about Heron and his rise to power because he technically was born under noble means because he had a brother. Because technically his mom slept with Zeus, so basically his brother's dad saw this. Was like, why is there a second kid who's with blue eyes? What's this about? Why's he got blue eyes? So and the dad literally just banishes him, and then they get thrown out of the household. You know what I'm saying, of royalty. So they kind of live in the streets. They're kind of slumming it. And then their brother literally he gets cast out as well. So literally both of these guys are slumming it because he's the brother who's supposed to get royalty as well. His uncle kills his dad to overthrow him. Then he gets cast out, thrown in the ocean, and Hera kind of takes charge of him, and he becomes like the main like villain of the show throughout it as well because Hera takes charge of the brother. Zeus is in charge of Hera. So the gods are in charge of the both characters of the show. So they've got the kind of background stuff, just like in the old Hercules that Ben was talking about before. You got Hera in the background trying to orchestrate the villainy. Zeus kind of
Pawns
like
of the gods.
Yes, exactly, pawns of the gods. So literally, that is the show at this point. So has anyone seen any like episodes of it? Anyone seen any kind of glimpses of it?
No.
No, it sounds brilliant. I'd never heard of it before.
It's very prominent, and
yes,
it's very prominent on Netflix's U Hub because like it's obviously they're very proud of it. It seems to be. I have a theory that Netflix puts stuff of prominence that they want you to watch very at the front.
Yeah,
and I've seen it. It's there. They're making a big deal of it. So I will definitely check this out now. I definitely check it out.
Trust me, the show is amazing. Literally, literally, my whole family, literally, my little sister was like, "Yo, the effects, the power usage is like, oh my days!" And they actually show the other gods actually doing something this time. You don't actually just see Hera and Zeus doing everything like in other shows. The other gods are out there putting in work. Yeah.
We're just drinking wine, touching.
Exactly, yeah, drinking wine. Like, oh yes, come on, bring the other food here. All that kind of garbage. No, they put in work.
Touch a booby. Let me touch a booby. Thank you.
Right, yeah, bro, exactly. They're putting work. They're putting work. And you got Hermes running like the Flash. Like, no, he's actually exactly. He actually does Flash stuff in this show, yo. It's amazing.
There's no such thing as a pill woman. You will have 15 of my godchildren.
Oh my gosh. yeah, that's exactly stuff like that.
Troy,
before you go
on. I'm a massive fan of Greek mythology, and shows that screw around with Greek mythology annoy the living crap out of me.
It does kind of take me a bit. It does a little bit.
Will this show annoy me? If I'm
the only thing you probably get annoyed by is probably the giants aspect of the show.
What?
Where the
giants do appear through the Titanology and all that kind of stuff.
I know, but it's how it was done. If you know the history of it, it's how it was done.
I mean, like shows like Hercules, I stopped watching because there was so many inaccuracies with mythology that I just went, "Fuck this shit, I'm going home."
No, even I was watching this
shit out.
It was not as bad as some other stuff, but
no.
So would you recommend me watching it, knowing that I will come back and kick your ass if I find it?
No, you know what I'd say? I'd say, you know what? Yeah, go watch the show. You'd be like, "Oh my days, what's Troy talking about?" But at the same time, you're like, "It was amazing."
I will take if you recommend it and say that it will be good. I will take that on board and I will try it.
Live on pay-per-view, March 16th, Troy versus.
Let's do it. I'm ready, Tom. Let's go. I'm ready.
Tom, like everyone. No, Troy, I have to give you some respect. When we first started this podcast, there were some questionable choices, but you've improved a lot. I don't know when Dan came along, you seemed to still game up.
Is that praise from Ben for Troy?
No, when we brought Dan in, the joke was he's your replacement. You've stepped it up. You've earned your spot, Troy. I give you a lot of respect.
My spot has always been there. What are you talking about? How dare you?
Okay.
You've been graduated to junior television night rank 3.
My gosh. But yes, but all the seriousness, this show is amazing. Anyone who knows Greek mythology, watch it. You watch the heck out of it. Trust me, you'd enjoy it. Animation doesn't matter. It's much as good as any live action out there. Trust me.
I trust this.
Excellent.
That's interesting. Dan, take us home.
All right. Well,
Thank you, Troy.
after all of that darkness, after all of it, it's time for us to try and find some kind of sunny day. You know what I mean?
Ooh, let's do it.
Chase all those clouds away. Find my way into where the air is clean.
You're really going to go with Sesame Street?
Yes, I'm really gonna fucking talk about Sesame Street.
Oh my God, go on, Dad.
Right. Well,
There are some television shows which are instant classics. There are some television shows which gain through cult status through being weird and quirky and original. There are some television shows which attain a level of going kind of beyond this and becoming absolute timeless. You won't get much better than this. One that I'm going to suggest would be The Simpsons, for example.
yeah.
And most of these manage to get there via just a pure entertainment sphere. But Sesame Street was created with a completely different goal in mind.
I have a question for you. Who's your favourite character? I have to ask this question.
It's very, very tough for me to choose.
Elmo.
I absolutely adore Big Bird, the Count, and the Grouch.
Elmo's too cute. I don't think he's cute. I think he's a psychopath murderer. Big Bird, obviously, because of my height, I can relate to him. I like Bert and Ernie. They're a gay couple. They are a gay couple. I don't care. They were way ahead of the time back in the 80s, the 70s, and 60s. Bert and Ernie are definitely a gay couple, which is very progressive. And Grouch
At least they're
hetero-flexible. Yeah. And Oscar the Grouch is basically how I feel about humanity during this year with the COVID. Yeah. Lovely.
So anyway, I want to get back on track, right? Sesame Street was something that had a completely different viewpoint, a completely different goal. It wasn't there to be a successful television show. It was there to be a world-changing television show. And it has been. It premiered on November 10th, 1969. And believe it or not, there was actually some controversy whenever they started airing.
Wow.
Although they also got a lot of critical acclaim.
What was the controversy?
The controversy was that they seemed to be dumbing things down. And that doing things through the use of these characters and through this sort of television like styling and like the cinematography and the scene creation, and through all of this, it was seen as being like, this isn't learning. This is play. You're making a mockery of it.
Okay.
But yeah, so it comes in 1969. It is still going strong, and stronger all the time, because it is now not just a television show. It's a full brand. There are international versions all over the place, different language versions all over the place.
They are.
As views and values become, more evolved, it's become more evolved. But it's always been very sensitive to being inclusive as much as you are allowed to be and still be on a television show.
Yeah.
It was created by Joe and Gans Cooney and Lloyd Morissette, collaborating with Jim Henson, who I've talked about before whenever I spoke about The Muppet Show.
Legend.
Yes.
Absolute legends, all of them. It was originally known as the Children's Television Workshop that produced it, but then because the flagship show was Sesame Street, it changed name to Sesame Workshop in 2000.
Yeah.
it's basically a commercial television elements and techniques in order to try and develop numeracy, literacy, and social skills, along with other learning elements, for anyone on, as long as you have access to free TV in whichever country you're in, you have access to this show and you have access to a learning platform in your early years of development. And it was fantastically successful. Yeah, they were basically building around the single breakthrough insight, which was that if you can hold the attention of the children, you can educate them. And that's like an actual quote from their first pitch.
But make it fun.
Yeah. So you don't use television as a commercial tool. You use the commercial aspects of television to make it an educational tool, capturing, focusing, and sustaining a child's attention on the information which is being given, and keeping that information to what's definitely going to be needed, knowing your numbers, knowing your letters, knowing things like pleases and thank yous, knowing things like being grateful for things and not just taking them for granted, how to interact with various different people in various different walks of life, accepting people for who they are. It's like a safe educational space. And it was fun. And it was engaging. I was one of the children that was watching this in my early formative years, and it was fantastic.
Definitely. Same here.
And still to this day, I can remember every single last bit of the animation that they chose for the pinball machine that showed the number 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like, straight off. That's how successful it was. I haven't seen that in, 30 years? It was brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. And it wasn't just like the use of animation or the use of short pieces that kept attention.
Yeah.
It was the characters as well. And this is where Jim Henson comes in. Jim Henson created these wonderful puppets for it that were like the Muppets, but had very specific character goals that helped with education and different viewpoints. Like, they didn't just randomly pick some characters when they picked Big Bird and Snuffleupagus and the Grouch and Elmo. They wanted to reflect things like the 6 hats of learning from educational theory, where everyone has some sort of combination of a lot of different learning styles, whether that's a visual reading learning style or a visual watching learning style or a doing with repetition learning style or a listening only kind of learning style. And they were trying to make everything as inclusive and as accessible as possible. And that's what I wanted to give out. Now I want to bring something back in from you guys. What are your memories about Sesame Street?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No, you're missing.
One apple.
I am to count. I love to count.
2 apples.
Oh my god! Ben.
Street.
I just lost it.
I remember Big Bird.
Yeah.
Big Bird the man.
And
Biggest
was there a purple Dracula?
Yeah.
That's the
Count,
count.
yes.
Right, and
The
there
count
was
one count.
3 apples.
dustbin, like there was a dustbin dude, right? Cookie Monster.
Oscar
Grouch.
Yes.
Oscar the Grouch.
And there was a monobrow guy.
That's also Oscar the Grouch. No, wait, hang on. That's Bert. Bert's the monobrow guy.
Bert and Ernie.
Yes, the monobrow guy.
Yeah.
And his friend. What about
Danny,
Tom? What do
okay.
you remember?
Me, I suppose Big Bird, the Count, and Oscar the Grouch are the ones that always will stick in my mind. But I mean, I remember watching this. It used to be on at like 6:30 in the morning on Channel 4.
And
when
his
I was
theme
young.
tune is like earworm. The theme tune is amazing.
Yeah, I used to get up at like 6 a.m. every day for years for no particular reason. So I used to watch Sesame Street before the rest of my family got up, basically. So yeah, I remember that. Unfortunately for me, have you ever come across the musical Avenue Q?
Yes.
That ruined Sesame Street for me because it's basically the adult version of Sesame Street.
Oh my
And so
god.
I can't look at any of those characters without imagining the Avenue Q
Oh,
versions
jeez.
of them.
Oh,
You got.
I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna check it out.
It's so good. It's done with
I've
puppets.
just remembered the main song that came off of Avenue Q.
Yes, the
Oh, don't do it, don't do it.
There's a song done by a character called Trekkie Monster, who is basically a red version of the Cookie Monster, called "The Internet Is for Porn."
Oh
Yeah.
yes, I know about that.
yeah.
There you go. So
Have you
much as I do love Sesame Street, it kind of died for me.
Have you seen the Melissa McCarthy one, the noir film with the Muppets? That's also kind of ruined Fraggle Rock, the Muppets, Sesame Street, because obviously there's that. It got moved, but it's a really weird thing to see Henson puppets doing sex acts.
Yeah, that's what Avenue Q does as well. It's
it's basically
including
done.
a song called "You Can Be as Loud as the Hell You Want."
Yeah.
Oh dear.
It's done.
Sorry, Dan,
Right.
I'm completely destroying
No,
the childhood.
Absolutely, I love this. Does anyone else have like particular memories from it, from Sesame Street at all, from watching it?
Elmo was Moe before Moe was Moe.
That's all I remember actually. The purple
Elmo-
Dracula, the monobrow, Cookie Dustbin Dude, and Big Bird.
Yeah.
I
No,
thought
there.
the Monster was a prick because he always ate all the cookies.
A Cookie Monster.
Well, Dan, I'm sure you can remember. I used to have a Cookie Monster T-shirt that I used to walk around in all the time.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do believe you did. Except if I'm remembering it correctly, he wasn't inhaling cookies on that T-shirt.
Crack.
Was he not?
No, I think
Family Guy version,
he. I think that one might have been, unless I'm misremembering, and this is something I saw elsewhere. It might have been that he was actually snorting a line.
Yeah.
It's entirely possible.
Yeah. That's the kind of T-shirt Tom wears.
Fuck you.
That's the kind of T-shirt I wear too.
Currently wearing a T-shirt of two pandas hitting each other with chairs with WWF written underneath it.
Have you seen videos? I'm thinking of Sesame Street memories. I have seen YouTube videos where someone uses an Elmo soundboard to try and chat women up on a chat line. It's hysterical.
You know the Tickle Me Elmo?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a YouTube channel by a guy called Michael Reeves, and he's just basically this insane inventor. And instead of it being a Tickle Me Elmo, there is one thing that he does where he actually creates a Trigger Me Elmo, which is a race detecting Elmo.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Like, there's been some shit that's happened based off of the fact that people have grown up with Sesame Street, and it's been something that's happened and been so big. But also, this speaks to how much of an amazing, like, just a show, a concept,
It's
an
part of the
idea,
zeitgeist
like
and
a
has been
vocation. Yeah.
It's been part of the zeitgeist for what, 50 years now or something?
Yeah.
I just want to finish off because we do have to finish
Okay.
with
Right.
my favorite memory from it, which is the Rubber Ducky song.
Oh, okay.
Does anyone remember this?
recall that.
It's,
yeah, it's like I remember the time.
it's
I can't remember the goal.
Ernie's favorite thing is his rubber ducky.
Yeah.
And this is a common theme, but the thing which actually taps it off is this one sort of song that he does. And it's Ernie in a bath with his rubber ducky and like bubbles in the bath, and it's rubber ducky, you're the one. You make my bath time so much fun. Rubber ducky, I'm awfully fond of you. I absolutely adore it. And
what he's doing with the duck. That's what I want to know. They're having some.
Dan,
Yeah.
I want you to record the Rubber Ducky song. Next time you're in the studio, the Rubber Ducky song has got to be added to your playlist.
Oh my god.
Tara's, oh my god.
Well, what is? Yeah.
no
I'm sorry.
No promise.
Rubber ducky. I'm watching it now on mute.
This guy.
But I can see the lyrics, and yeah, like Dan said, it's very nostalgic.
So yeah, that was my pick for tonight.
And
That's
good pick
us
too.
pretty much done. So a couple of things to do before we finish. One is to once again thank you, Tara. Thank you, Sammy, very much for turning up and being guests tonight.
Yeah.
Thanks for more than 3 hours notice.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. 2 hours notice.
Yeah. Tom, do you want to do the honors of the email?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's squareeyesyndrome2020@gmail.com.
Please do drop us a line.
Yeah, we don't
And
buy.
Ben.
Send all the dick pics.
Ew. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Oh no.
Sammy,
I'm the admin for that email, so please don't send all the dick
Say it to Tom, guys. Say it to Tom.
Please do. Tom hasn't got enough dick pics, apparently. Sammy, you're fitting very well around here, and I think Tara, you guys are welcome back anytime. You never know.
Sure.
You can turn up anytime.
Okay. Right.
Last time we had a guest, he stayed permanently, so you never know. So, well, thank you very much as always for listening to us. We will see you guys next week. So it's goodbye from me.
Bye for me.
Goodbye from me.
Yeah, goodbye for me too.
Goodbye from me.
Bye. I shall stay here as an eternal present.
Okay.
That's brilliant. All right. Have a good evening.